Before I start this video, make sure you go check me out on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. The links are down below. I do different things on them. And also I'll alert you when the next video is out. I've also noticed that my current viewers that are viewing my videos are not subscribed to me. The majority of the viewers are not subscribed to me. So make sure you subscribe to me and turn on the post notifications to see when I post the next video. Alright, let's get into this video. Welcome back, Paranormal Geeks. This is Geeked Up Paranormal, and I am Brandon. In today's video, it's going to be an equipment video on dowsing rods. So, dowsing rods. Dowsing. What is dowsing? So, dowsing is a type of divination employed in attempts to locate groundwater, buried metals, ores, gemstones, oil, grave sites, earth vibrations, and many other objects and materials without the use of a scientific apparatus. It's also used in the paranormal world to try and communicate with spirits or entities, people like to call them. What people use to do a dowsing session are Y-shaped twigs or rods, or the L-shaped rods. And it's also called dowsing rods, divining rods, and witching rods. People also use other pieces of equipment for dowsing, like a pendulum, or there's digital dowsing, like the Ovilus 5 or all the Oviluses. Also, SLS cameras, kind of digital dowsing. So a lot of people say dowsing is pseudoscience. They say you have more of a random chance of finding water or getting a answer from a spirit. To me, I think it's just skeptics being skeptical about these rods, especially scientists. There are some scientists out there that do think there is something more that meets the eye when it comes to dowsing rods. So the history of dowsing, according to American Society of Dowsers, divining the location of water dates back many millennia. In the Tessali caves of northern Africa, an 8,000-year-old cave painting depicts a man holding a forked stick, apparently using it to search for water. Historical images that appears to represent dowsing appear all over the world in temples of the Egyptian pharaohs and in ancient Chinese etchings and more. A lot of people say it's just myths, and that dowsing it's more of a random choice, or chance, I should say. Also, the earliest that it's ever been, I guess, documented by like written down in like a language form, which would be way after the Egyptian era and ancient Chinese, was back in as early as 1518. In 1662, dowsing was declared to be superstitious, or rather satanic, by I can't really pronounce the names, like Jesuit or Jesus Gasper Scott, even though he later noted that the devil was not always responsible. Do I think it's superstitious or satanic to use any kind of dowsing equipment? No, not at all. The equipment people use for like dowsing, like I got L rods right here, but Y rods, Traditionally, most common dowsing rod is a forked Y-shaped branch from a tree or a bush. I know a lot of people like to use the like a peach tree twigs or freshly cut hazel twigs, or from a willow tree. So two ends of the fork side are held in each hand, and then the third side is pointing straight out ahead. So L rods are pretty much like this, and how you're supposed to hold these is like, hold on, is like this. You're not supposed to touch these up here. Oh, just hit myself in the face. Supposed to hold them like this. So there have been a ton of, I guess, scientific studies on it. And of course, what do you know, all of them try to disprove it and say it's disproven, and they use random chance. It's a random chance, and that the probability of random chance is so high that people are more likely going to find it with the dowsing because of random chance. So there's the Casel study in 1991, the Betts 1990 study, and a lot of other studies dating back past them too. So there are a ton of notable dowsers out there, like Ralph Whitlock, Ludwig Stornink, Carl Spiceberger. I'm probably saying their names wrong. There's tons of them. Christopher Hills, Henry Gross, Ernst Hartmann, Frank Glenn, or A. Frank Glenn, Otto Eldler von Grieve, Manfred Curry, and there's tons of more. So I know dowsing is very, I guess people are very skeptical of it, and there are tons of other people out there that really believe in it and use it. In California, when they were going in a drought, they turned to local dowsers to uncover hidden sources of water. So, in the paranormal world, how really they work, dowsing rods work, is, say for instance, these, right? Let me move this mic over some. So for instance, you hold these like this, and you set up a form of communication with the spirit. You tell them to cross them inwards like that for yes, and to go out for no. And after you establish that communication with them, you can go ahead and ask them questions. And how I think that the dowsing works with the paranormal is that these are copper rods, and energy moves through copper rods and moves copper rods. And spirits are made up of energy, and what they'll do is they'll use their energy to move these rods like that, which I didn't do that. So is there a spirit here? Well, can you straighten them up for me? Can you cross the rods if there's a spirit here? See, I mean, it's just it's like that. And yes, I do believe there's a spirit or two that always comes in this house, and I think that they are family members. Can you straighten them up for me, please? Thank you. Are you a family member of mine that has passed away? I mean, it's as simple as that. You don't touch these rods and move them. You don't tilt your hands like that and move them. Also, people, when they're shaky, hold on, let me. That's just weird how they're just staying there like that. Can you straighten them up for me? Thank you. Try to keep them straight. Well, don't keep them straight. Just let me shake. See how I'm shaking? And they're just moving like that. And then I shake more. I mean, they just move back and forth like that. You have to kind of like tilt your wrists and your arms like that. And a lot of people do fake them, so when they're faking, watch their arms, because their arms are going to guide it. If their arms do that, they're more likely faking it. I'm not saying people are fake it, or every uh, investigator fakes it that use these. Um, so I'm gonna ask a question. Hopefully, it says no. Is there a demonic presence in this house? Can you straighten them back up for me, please? Thank you. Have I made communication with you before? And it's pretty much as simple as that on how you can use dowsing rods and how they work. I told you a little bit of history of it. If you Wikipedia it, it's going to tell you that it's first dated back to like 1500s, the early 1500s. But if you do research on it, like I said, there's in the Tissalia caves of northern Africa, there's an 8,000-year-old painting that depicts a man holding forked stick rods, which is probably like a tree branch. And I know the tree branches work for water dowsing for sure, especially the what is it? I think it's from the weeping willow tree. So I've seen it done with the weeping willow tree, where the guy holds the Y-shaped rods like this, and he walks, and the third end that points straight out, it immediately, and I'm talking about his hands was like this, it stayed like this, his hands didn't do that or this or that, and well, actually he held it like this, and when he was walking, that went straight down to the water. So he backed up, walked forward, and went straight down. So then he backed up, and this time he walked forward, kept walking forward, and it went straight down, and then you see it pop back up. And so they dug there, and it was probably about, because they was digging for a well, and it was probably about 300 feet down, and there was water there. So pretty much that's going to be the end of this video, equipment video for dowsing rods. If you want to know more, comment down below, ask a question, and I'll answer the question best of my knowledge. Also, make sure you like this video. I'm not getting a lot of likes, but if you don't like the video, leave a dislike. If you like the video, leave a like. Comment down below if you have ever used dowsing rods, or what do you think about dowsing rods. I would like to know other people's opinions about dowsing rods. Me preferably, I like them. My wife, on the other hand, she don't like them. She thinks that they are easily manipulated and faked a lot. And she thinks the same thing about the Ouija board. But me, on the other hand, I like using them, and you can tell when you do it because you'll twitch, or if you're shaking and went like that, it moves. But I don't know. Once you experience it and a spirit moving it, I guess then you'll know. You know, everybody's skeptical about something. So that concludes this video. Make sure you check us out on other platforms. The links are down in the subscription. And don't forget to subscribe. I ain't scared. I'll investigate anywhere. I put the pair in paranormal. R.I. Peace.